Dustin Poirier's career might go down as one of the most inspiring in UFC history. He never wore undisputed gold, but that never defined him. What he did inside the cage, the names he beat, and the wars he survived, that's what shaped his legacy. From knocking out Conor McGregor, to going to war with Justin Gaethje, to outclassing Max Holloway, to taking out Eddie Alvarez and Anthony Pettis, Dustin built a resume that screams greatness. And it wasn't just about who he beat, it was how he fought. He was a dog in there. Grit, heart, precision, violence, he brought it all. Every single time he walked into that cage, he gave you a fight. That's what fans will remember. There was never an easy road for Poirier. He took the long, hard way through featherweight, then made a name for himself in one of the toughest divisions in the sport. He never avoided killers. In fact, he chased them. Whether it was going 5 rounds with Holloway for the interim belt or stepping in against Khabib Nurmagomedov for a shot at undisputed gold, Dustin always stepped up. And even in defeat, like the loss to Charles Oliveira or his most recent outing against Islam Makhachev, he never looked out of place. He wasn't dominated. He was competitive. He was dangerous. And most importantly, he was respected. Every man who shared the cage with him knew they were in for a war. It's the way he carried himself, his charity work, the way he speaks after fights, the way he shows love to his opponents. There's a level of class there that can't be taught. He represented Lafayette, Louisiana, with pride. He inspired people, not just through wins, but through his losses. He showed you can fall short of the belt and still be a Hall of Famer. Because legacy isn't just about hardware. It's about impact. And Poirier impacted the game. He was one of the rare fighters who could headline pay-per-views without needing a belt on the line. Why? Because fans knew exactly what they were paying for. A war. There was never a boring Poirier fight. Never. A moment where he coasted. From the first round to the last, he chased violence with a purpose. He wasn't reckless. He was calculated. That sharp left hand, the pressure, the combinations, the ability to adapt mid-fight. He was as technical as he was savage. When people talk about the greatest lightweights of all time, names like Khabib, BJ Penn, Frankie Edgar, and Charles Oliveira get thrown around. But Dustin Poirier belongs in that conversation too. Not just because of who he beat, but because of how he built his name in the toughest era the division has ever seen. He fought everyone. He didn't duck anyone. He stayed active. He fought through injuries. He took risks. And most importantly, he left it all in the octagon. And it wasn't just in the UFC. Long before the bright lights, Dustin was grinding. In small shows, fighting just to survive. From the Fightville documentary days to becoming a pay-per-view headliner, that journey was never easy. And yet, he never forgot where he came from. That humility stuck with him throughout his rise. Even when he became a millionaire, he never stopped giving back. The Good Fight Foundation helped countless people, and it's a reminder that some legacies are bigger than belts and titles. If this really is the end for Dustin Poirier, he can walk away with his head held high. He didn't just fight in the UFC, he defined what it means to be a UFC fighter. Heart, honor, grit, and violence, all in one package. He gave fans everything they could ever ask for. And while some may look at his career and say he never became champion, real ones know the truth. Dustin Poirier was a champion in spirit, in heart, and in legacy. Hall of Fame. That's already lock, legend status. He earned that a long time ago. Asked ChatGPT.